Design and modeling students, I'm going to review your assignments with you, both those that should have been completed and your upcoming assignments. So when you log into Newsela, you have this screen view, and you see that I have grouped your assignments under Innovation, Invention, and Coding. Under Innovation, the first assignment that you should have completed is your Shark Tank assignment. So for this particular assignment, what you are doing after you watch the video is that you are deciding on a kitchen tool that you would like to improve. Now, as always, we are using the IB design process to improve or to invent. In this case, we are improving or innovating. So the first step is to decide which kitchen tool you want to innovate. And then you are going to use the IB design process to develop an improvement for that kitchen tool. You should be writing down what you are doing at each step of the IB design process. And if you have forgotten or you need the steps to the IB design process, you can go to Files, and there is a copy of the design cycle there for you to use as you complete each project. So for Shark Tank, think of something that you use in your kitchen and think of a way to make it better. Now, as we did with the foot orthosis brace, you do not have the tools or resources to make the actual product that you could sell tomorrow. But you can be creative and use the resources that you have to make a prototype. So if you want to add something, you could make it out of construction paper so that it's a prototype. It's not going to look like it would if you were on Shark Tank and pitching your product. You are going to use the resources that you have to show how you would innovate that particular kitchen tool. Please make sure that you write out the steps that you are following for the design process to show me how you came to your solution. Lastly, you need to come up with a Shark Tank type pitch, either on video or in writing, to sell your item. So in that pitch, you tell me why that innovation was necessary, how it's so awesome, and why the shark should invest in your particular project. Your next assignment that you should have completed is the 3D printing to save turtles. For this particular assignment, you're watching this video and then you are answering these 4 questions that are based on the video. Make sure that you hit Submit Assignment, answer the questions in the text box, and make sure after you've done that that you hit Submit Assignment so that I can see the work that you have done. Your next assignment that you should have completed, PBS American Experience Forgotten Inventors. I have an article for you to read about some inventors who have been largely forgotten over time. After you read these short blurbs about each of these inventors, at the end of the article you will see I have a question for you. I'm asking you to determine which one of these inventors you think deserves the most to be remembered. Why? Which invention do you think had the greatest impact? So that is about a paragraph response. Make sure you tell me which inventor you believe should be remembered most and why. The why part is where you give me details to support why you think that person deserves to be remembered. And then which invention do you think had the greatest impact? Again, give me details. Don't simply tell me which invention you think had the greatest impact. Give me an explanation as to why you feel that way. And that should be about a paragraph. Make sure that when you write, you of course checking your grammar and making sure that you are also checking your punctuation. So next on our list is Tinker Coding. This week I want you to complete lesson 2. Many of you have not started lesson 1 yet. Tinker Coding is an app that you can download on your phone, and it is also at the tinker.com website. Now, when you do the Tinker.com coding, it's very important that you use the username and password that I gave you. If you do not, I will not be able to see your work and give you credit. If you have misplaced or you need that information, please reach out and I will provide it to you. So when we go into design and modeling, and it's the same for 4th period and for 6th period, you go into lessons and you will see under programming, there are 5 different Programming 300 lessons that you should complete. The first one is an introduction to Tinker. Now, please make sure that you do not try to skip any of the lessons because it does tell me which lessons you've completed, and it will show me that you've completed each of the individual portions of that lesson. Do not try to skip ahead because, as you know, coding is about progressive learning. So what you learn in one assignment helps you to do the work in the next. You pick up skills in each assignment that will help you as the puzzles get more challenging and the coding gets more challenging. If you skip assignments or parts of assignments, you're going to find that the coding becomes more challenging for you. Now, if you are working on coding and you find yourself in a situation where you are just frustrated because your code is not working, then what you should do is send me a picture of that code. Or you can write out for me what your code is, which project you're in, and I will help you. I will tell you what you are doing wrong so that you can correct your code and move on. So don't spend more than 15 minutes trying to solve a particular puzzle. Do try your best to solve it, but when you reach that point of frustration, which usually will kick in around 15 minutes, take a picture of it, write it down, send it to me, let me know which assignment you're working on, and I will help you get through it. Now, you notice I got that error message that popped up a few seconds ago. You may get that too, depending on what browser you're using. So if that error message pops up that tells you you've timed out, switch to a different browser. That is usually the biggest problem. And again, you can download the Tinker.com app on your phone, Android and iPhone. But again, please make sure you are using the username and password that I have given to you. Going back to our assignments, we were previously using the Google coding. Please make sure that you have completed the Google Coding First Characterization project and that you have told me what your username was so I can give you the credit for your assignment that you have completed. Next, we had a Newsela article. Students brainstormed for a solution. So when we go into Newsela, Newsela will tell me how much time that you spent on the article. No one should be spending 30 seconds on an article. That is not enough time to have actually read the article. So please know, if you're spending 30 seconds on the article and then just going right into the quiz, I can tell that. You should really be taking the time to read the article so that you can answer the questions correctly. Now, this is not an article that I've assigned to you. I'm showing you this particular article so that I can make sure that you understand where the activities are. So, when under activities, you have the quiz, which most of you are doing, but you also have the writing prompt. Make sure you are reading and responding to the writing prompt as well so that you can get full credit for your particular article. So those are your assignments that are in Canvas. And in addition, before we closed for the break, I sent out a syllabus that had a couple of activities on it as well. Or actually after we closed for the break, but before we went to Canvas. So what you will see in here is there are 2 Newsela articles, and again, make sure you're doing the quiz and the writing assignment. This is that coding assignment I just told you about in Google, the first one we were doing. And then down here, there are 2 small projects. One was the using aluminum foil to build a boat to see how much cargo, pennies, marbles, etc. you can put into that boat and keep it floating. And the second one was building a paper airplane that you could testing to see how long you can get in the air and how far it can fly. And for both of these projects, you're supposed to be sending me pictures and or video of your work and the steps that you follow for the design process. It's very important that you share with me what steps you're using in the design process. If you have any questions about your assignments, please email me, send me a message on Remind, or use your Canvas inbox to reach out for help. I don't want you to get behind on your assignments because it will be very difficult for you to catch up. Your third quarter marking period grades have been posted in School Tool, and I will start putting grades for the assignments for fourth quarter, which will be everything since school closed in onto School Tool this week. So I hope everyone is doing well. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out and I will be glad to help you. Thank you.